So, welcome, George. You are the podcast episode 3 for the volunteer life.
Yeah. Hello. It's a pleasure to be here.
How long have you been here?
I've been here for 12 days now.
12 days.
Yeah, I think this
and
is
I see that you come here for just like documenting your life every day here.
Yeah, that's part of what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Because I do content creation, and I thought, right, I'm going to record every day and just share the experience.
Yeah. And how have been like every day that you share experience? What the response, the comment that you get from around the world? Yeah.
Really good. Yeah. I mean, my friends like it a lot, and also people that I don't know will comment and be like, "This is really cool," and they've asked how to sign up and how they can do similar experiences. So it's nice to show it for people to see it as well.
Okay, can we talk about you? Like, what bring you here? What your impression and why you choose here? Because there's so many places to volunteer around the world, right?
So why did I choose here over other places? It's a good question. It's a good question. I mean, when everybody applies as a volunteer, you have to look for a few things. You had a lot of photos on there, so
200.
yeah, a lot. We've sorted through it now, but obviously I looked at the photos, I looked at reviews. I believe I can't remember whose was on there. Rachel's review, the first volunteer. So I'd also check that, and I was just looking for a place in Thailand, and especially in an area I hadn't been to before. I'd been to Chiang Mai and I'd been to the south, but Lamphun was a little bit further out, and I just really wanted to get stuck in with a local area I'd never been to, which didn't have a lot of tourists. And I watched some of your videos, which are on YouTube, and it was quite a unique position, helping with the content creation side of things. And I sent my message over and said, like, I know I'm not 100% the best in filmmaking, but I can really help with YouTube and Instagram and that kind of stuff because I do it all the time. And it seemed to have worked pretty well so far. Like, we're working pretty well together, and there weren't other positions which were like this at all. It was really unique in the sense that I could help grow a YouTube channel and grow a social media presence. So it stood out a lot to me.
Oh, okay, good. So that's how you shoot it before you came, right? From the picture, from the YouTube video, and the position, and also the areas from quite local and more, you know, connect with people. And then once you here, did you get what you expect or your impression before you come here?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, it's my first volunteering experience, so I had nothing to compare it to, I guess.
So just what from what you see, from the what information, the picture that you saw.
Yeah.
You know, because you can, you know, decorate. Because I'm a filmmaker, right? So I can make the picture look nice, or make a nice story, make a good video. But once you hear the real experience that you have with the video or the photo, the story that brought out, is that, you know, like the same or
definitely
different?
Yeah, the pictures represented what it was like when I turned up. There weren't any like hidden surprises, so the first impression was good. And at the time you were having a little leaving meal for previous 2 volunteers, Jada and Anna. So on the first night there was loads of food, and some of the other girls came in from the village. So that was a very good first impression. I picked a lucky night to turn up. So that was nice to join in as well.
The first impression, and once you hear is kind of similar, not surprise. But what the obstacle was really difficulties to being here at this time? I know one is the weather. Anything else? Or what?
It's a bit different from how I've travelled the rest of this year, because I've been out since the start of January, 2 months in Thailand, a month and a bit in Bali, and then back to Thailand again to do volunteering. And I've stayed in like hotels and like some villas because I've been doing content creation, so I'll stay in places longer for work. So I guess going from those kind of hotels to the accommodation here was a big switch up, and obviously like really immersing myself in the culture here, because I never slept with a mosquito net before. But after the first like 1 or 2 nights, you're used to it and it's great. I'm actually really enjoying it, like my own little place. So I guess that was a shock straight away, but after like a day or 2 I was fine, and I'm really enjoying it.
Okay,
So
that's good. Yeah, good to know. Yeah, so maybe let me go back to why you choose to be, why you should, I think I, from what, before I accept volunteer, right, I will look in the application and there, you know, YouTube or whatever, Instagram, and I saw that you came from actually different, I mean, occupation. You used to be a real, what do you call it, estate agency
estate
or
agent.
work like
Yeah.
8 to 5, and then you decide to change to be YouTuber, travel the world. Can you say something about that? Because that, I think, one reason that I'm interested to really why I want you to be here and share with the local, with the kid here also about your life, your changing, you know.
Yeah, so I did a state agency for just under 1 year in the UK, selling houses, taking calls, normal office life, and I was fortunate enough to be a little bit more confident and take risk, and I wanted to take that risk, and I wanted to go out and travel because I'd never done it solo before. So I went to Thailand at the start of last year for the first time, with no idea, completely solo, and I just wanted to take risk. At that point I wasn't doing content full time, I was trying to balance it with a state agency, and I went travelling, made some videos, and I came back and I realised, okay, I really want to do this full time now, because I had some opportunities come through via email and I worked with some brands, and that's when I actually start to see some like okay money from it, I guess. And I thought, if I go all in on it, I'll be able to do it full time and travel around at the same time. So I built myself up, and then at the start of this year I left, and here I am. So yeah, the main driving factor was I saw the opportunity with what I could do, like working online. I feel like a lot of other people are thinking the same at the moment, especially in Bali. Like, there's so many like digital nomads, people doing the exact same thing, and there's also lots in Thailand, and the opportunities to work online in abundance at the moment. There's quite a lot of them, and I thought, well, I'd regret it if I didn't take the risk, and if I didn't try and go for it.
Good. You actually really good. See the opportunity and then jump in it right away. So, and last night you got the chance to be with the kid and share about your work. I would say that, share about your work, because I don't want you to just, the volunteer come to just teaching English, but also I want them to bring their work, what their passion, their profession, what their culture, to share with the kid here. And I see there's a lot of discussion, deep discussion also with the adult group adult group yesterday, so into your world of, you know, these nomad digital creators. What kind of question, what you see like yesterday that they asked you?
They asked me quite a few. I mean, some people were just looking through my social media, like the younger kids there, because it can go down to like 11, 12 years old. But then the older ones that we've been out on day trips with, they were asking me more insightful questions, and they were really finding it interesting.
Give example, like what?
I'm trying to think at the moment as I'm speaking.
I think one girl asked, what's the hardest to be YouTuber?
Oh, the hardest part, yeah. The hardest part, which will give quite a good insight to anybody looking to do the same thing. Because I'm a travel creator, I have to find the balance of enjoying myself and I guess just traveling and just going out and having fun and working, because I could go on a day trip to like a waterfall or go out on an adventure, and that aligns with the content I like to make. So I could go and make a video out of it, and I get all of these ideas spewing. But there's some trips which I want to go out on where I just don't have a camera and I don't have to like make a video out of it or think about it from a work perspective. So it's trying to find that balance of work and life,
Enjoy
I
life,
guess.
yes.
Yeah. Like on the flip side, I don't see it as work. Like my personal content that I make, it started as a hobby and it still feels like that a little bit at the moment. So I could work or make content all day and it won't feel as draining because I'd do it anyway in my free time. But still, the hardest part since I've been out here is trying to find the balance of work and pleasure, traveling.
Because I heard that question last night, and I think for me it's hard also because I'm a filmmaker professional, right? And I want to live life here also at this and want to enjoy it. But I also think this is a good content always. I should do the content, I should get my camera. And I'm very struggling with like, I really want to balance, my life also. But as you are creator, content, you just can this all could be everything could be content.
Yeah, exactly.
It's so hard for me. So
everything can be content.
Yeah, everything we see. Oh, this is good content. This content, and then
that sums it up. That does sum it up. I feel like once you get the nick for it, you can't switch off. You can't switch off.
Yeah, that's so hard for me. Okay, and what else? Can you think about any other question that
I mean, I showed them. Well, you wanted me to show them the daily life videos, and I guess we showed that to the children's class earlier on in the day, and they had a worksheet which I made out for them, like create your own YouTube channel. So they come up with a name, a description, a little logo, profile picture, and a few video ideas. At the start, for some of the kids, it was a little bit hard to get into it, but once they did get going, some of them came up with some really good ideas, and they actually liked the idea of the day in their life, kind of film what they do, and they were thinking about, I'll go and see my friends, go to school, all of that kind of stuff. So
play with cat.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, play with my cat.
Do YouTube about my cat.
Yeah, that was a hard one to help out with. But yeah, so I showed the same videos to the adult class, and they were just kind of asking about, I guess, day-to-day life and how long each video takes to make, because I'll film everything that happens, including stuff like this, the podcast at the moment. I'll film everything that happens, piece it all together, do a little script and a voiceover, and make the video for the day. But I haven't actually included the time it takes to make the video at the end of the day, because every night I'll stay up till like 1 a.m. in the early hours, just in my room up there, making the video and uploading it, and that's the part that people don't see, and that's the part.
Saw it.
Yeah, you see it, you know all about it,
and I know all about it.
Like, that's the part that I guess people that don't do content creation, they won't see it, and I wanted to get that across to them. Like, it's great once you get there and you start getting in the rhythm with it, and you can earn some money, but there is so much work that goes into it before that point. Like, I didn't earn any money for 2.5 years of making content since I started on YouTube.
That's what you should know. It's not just
exactly. Like, some people, you can start off and they'll get some success really quickly, and great, that's brilliant. But the thing you should be focusing on is developing that work ethic, building up your skills, building up your experience, so you can continue doing it for the long run. Because that's a lot more beneficial, because if people get a load of short-term success, they'll rewire their brain to thinking, oh right, they'll expect that all the time. That's not what it's like. You're going to have to do a lot of work, stay up late at night, and really stay persistent with it. So
so from what I see, it's like the first thing really hard, we have to think all the time. It's separate content. So that I think is the hard part, and also to just make the video is easy sometimes, you know. This day with video just to snapshot, but then the really hard part is the finishing one, the editing one. And then another part to actually what you teach me a lot also, how to strategize it to put on the actually to get it out. Right? It's a lot of those techniques, and you know, the capture, the hashtag, the time, everything, you know, it's a lot of things to put on that. It's just a real serious work also.
Yeah.
But one thing that I saw you, because I'm a filmmaker also, so I really like and watch you to see how you film it. And one thing that I saw and really respect, and I think other people also should see also, that before you shoot the content, you actually just how do I say it? You just think and then respect the subjects also that you took. Like yesterday, that kid that dancing, right? And you just feel like this I'm not. You just get your camera, your photo, your camera right away that, you know, this is not appropriate. I shouldn't do this, you know, in respect. Can you say it about that? How what people or what your thinking or your thoughts believe before you take the content, because it's content mostly is about people, right? How should we respect how people should think about what they're gonna shoot, what is gonna be their content.
What, so having an eye for good content, that kind of thing?
Yeah. To be respect the others around, you know, the nature or the people or the kid. How people should be aware of.
I feel like a lot of it is, I guess, common sense. Like if there's something horrific happening on the street and there's like a fight, I'm not going to film that and upload it. Like it might be part of my day for the daily life, but there's boundaries which I feel like everybody knows not to step over. But from the point which you're making, of filming other people and getting everybody involved, like at the end of the English class yesterday, I asked you to ask the students if they could high five me and if they wanted to be in the video. With those kind of situations, I'll always ask if they want to be in it, like if it's okay. And if I'm out and about day-to-day life, even on the way here on the first day of volunteering, I recorded a little part of me in the taxi. I asked the driver, is it okay if I record? He didn't speak much English, but he understood what I was saying. And you don't have to do it, but I like to do it just to double check, because not everybody is confident on camera, not everybody wants to be on camera, they just live their life. And I mean, I guess I'm not like that. I'm wired a little bit differently because I'm always thinking about content, like we've discussed. But it's always good to check with who you're around. Sometimes it'll be okay because it'll be a clip which other people would film anyway. So if you're at a football game, you just film the game. Nobody really cares if they're on video then, because everybody's going to be recording. Or if it's like a group night out or something like that, other people will record, and it's good memories. That's why people will record it, for memories. So they'll be okay in the video.
Okay.
But with,
so important to ask first. Either you have barrier with the language, you can just, you know, nod your face, or, you know, somehow your body language. So another few question, like what you think is what you want to send a message, because you are YouTube creator also, about this place, what this place about, and why, what people can come and learn and get from this. Because I don't want people to just volunteer come. I want to give, but I think also I want them to take back. What do you think that really what volunteer come in, they can take back? Yeah,
well, I'd say it's the perfect balance of being able to help out from a volunteering aspect and also gain from a personal aspect, because I've learnt a lot since being here. I've really immersed myself in. I've never been able to speak this much with Thai people before, really connect with each of you individually, even if it's simple things like going to get dinner and speaking to your mother. So I'm getting a fly landing on my ear at the moment. Just those one-to-one conversations, you get to pick up the language, just the type of food you eat, just so many things. which you wouldn't be able to see if you just went to touristy spots and just travelled around. So you can grow a lot as a person, and this place is great for just chilling out, connecting with nature. And from a volunteering aspect, there's loads of things to help out on, because you can teach English. Obviously I've helped the social media side of things, done some DIY work. Like, there's lots to do here, and it's blown my expectations, to be fair. It's a lot better than, well, I mean, I didn't really have any expectations, so but I'm very happy with it. I'm very impressed.
I have question I forget also. I lost it. You
I
didn't answer.
I
Good
can cut
question.
it.
Yeah. What you think that you can bring out? What you get from here, and you think that you have it back for you to share with other personally? What
It's
you
widened
can
my perspective. I say that's one of the main benefits, because you get to see an insight of what it's like living out here in Lamphun, or like as a Thai person, just being in this community in the local town. You get to see what the life is like, and you get to experience it and feel it as well. So going forwards, I feel like you'd be more considerate to other people which are in a similar position, whether it's just in Thailand or neighbouring countries in Southeast Asia. And it's quite humbling as well. It's nice to just take a step back and appreciate, I guess, other aspects of life as well. And yeah, those are two really big benefits from it, and it's made me want to do more volunteering as well. It's, yeah, been a good experience.
Okay, thank you. I think that's all.
Brilliant.
Yes,
Thank you very much now.